Hello, 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 and welcome to Plan B Terraform. I'm Evie Greenbull, and I'm super excited to be playing this full release of this game. Now, it's been out for a few years as early access, but the full release just recently came out, and I don't normally play games like this. I've played a few in the past, but typically these kind of like factory builder games, kind of like Factorio or Satisfactory. I think those are the two games it's similar to. I don't really play those games typically. But this one caught my eye, and I've actually been really enjoying it so far. I've probably only played like half an hour so far just to get a feel for things, to see if this was something I'd actually want to play. And it turns out it is. I actually enjoy it. So let me know what you think, but let's jump in and start a new game. A brand new planet. We get to name our planet. I wonder how long can this be? Can I name it Green Bottle? Can we have a Green Bottle planet? Green Bottle, and then what number should we use? See if it's linked to the chosen options. I like the number 4. Oh, I see. This number's linked to those options. Hold on, never mind, go back. Let's just put everything back to normal. I see. We don't want it very difficult. I'm not very good at very difficult. Let's just go with Green Bottle 412 F. That seems like a great planet name. I understand now. Okay, and confirm. You have been mandated to manage the resources of this newly discovered planet. You must bring supplies to the cities and manage terraforming projects. Good luck. So here we are, zooming in onto our planet. And we're gonna have 3 little cities on this planet, and we just kind of need to focus on one at a time, I think. So we've got new Surat here. Welcome to Green Bottle 412F. Let's start by creating new extractors. So I kind of already know the basics. We'll just close that for now. So we've got new Paris over here. We've got new Dar es Salaam, and we've got new Surat. I think we just need to focus on one at a time, although I could very well and very easily be wrong. That is entirely possible. All right, we've got resources over here. We've got sulfur. What else do we have nearby? There's iron ore over here. And then down here, we've got aluminum ore. There's also a big pile of sulfur there and there. They're not the most noticeable when you're kind of zoomed out like this. But I think those are our closest. We've got a couple patches of sulfur, this, and then I really don't see much iron ore. It's just this patch down, or aluminum ore. It's just down there. If we go to the other towns, I don't know if we have to develop them in order either. No idea. Yeah, there's not a lot of resources around, it doesn't feel like. But it's okay, let's get started. What was the first thing we needed to do? I think it was we needed to get some extractors. So we'll come over to this patch. Now how this works is we put extractors on the resources, and they need to all be around our depot. So the depot right now, because we don't have like an upgraded version, it has like kind of a 1 radius. So let's stick that in there. This is going to be carrying iron ore, and then we have to put these extractors on, and they'll start extracting and bringing things there. Now this is going to be really, really like quick because of course there's so many of them around. Often like you don't really get piles like that. You often get like 3 or maybe 4, but yeah, if having 5 around here is really strong. Then we'll get the factory, and the factory is going to build steel bars. So it's going to take the iron ore, it's going to turn it into steel bars for us. And then I believe we need to put a depot down, and that's going to be where the steel bars go. And then we do an assembly plant. And we use that to make steel bars to either make, so this this can produce either extractors or depots, and we're gonna need both. And I actually think we might produce enough here. Ooh, actually, I'm not sure. Well, let's just do this as doing extractors for now. How many extractors do we have? We've got 1 other extractor, but we do have lots of other spaces where we could be putting some more in, and then we'll come over here into this space. This will be a lot slower though, because we've only got the 1. Make more steel bars. And we'll get those into their own depot, steel bars, and then over here, you can just produce some depots. Because we are going to need a lot of depots. So that one's doing depots, that one's doing the extractors. As the extractors come in, we can add more to here. And our first quest, to finish level 1, is produce 5 extractors in an assembly plant. And that's what we're doing. So this one is doing that for us. We can speed time along, because otherwise it can be kind of slow. And you can see like, there's little drones, and the drones work at the depots, and they carry things where they need to go. So they'll bring things over, and then the one for this one will take stuff from here and bring it over to there. And if they get backed up for any reason, then it goes on the depot. So if for some reason this is full and is no longer reducing things, then it'll just kind of pile up on the depot. So we're ready to go with that. We've got 2. I think if we just fast forward, we can add more of these in as we go as they are produced. That one's now full with 4 because this spot doesn't have any resources on it. Now we can also look at getting other resources, but we won't be able to use them just yet. We just need to level up. And every time we level up, we get kind of access to more technology. So there we go. Level complete. So good start. Now you can build new factories. So we can now build mechanical parts from steel bars, and we can use that to build more factories and more assembly plants. So we need these mechanical parts. Now they also are using steel bars, so getting this iron is important. Might do one over here then. Now this is going to be kind of like a double chain, and we might actually want to change this out just because this is going to get quite a lot of resources in there. We might change that out. We'll leave it for now, but we might change that out. So currently we're getting the iron ore. We need to still process that the same way as we did before. So we still need to turn that into steel bars, but then we're going to need to further contend with that. And I don't think I'm probably building these things in the smartest way, but it's just kind of, it's just me really. I don't know what to tell you. Right, this factory though is going to produce mechanical parts. So it's going to take the steel bars from the one we just built, this one, and then it's going to turn them into the mechanical parts. And then that's where we're going to store the mechanical parts for now. Actually, I guess we need to go with the assembly plant because we're going to use those to build more assembly plants and more factories. So you can start building some factories. We might want to do something similar. I'm just wondering if we're at any point going to start getting resources backed up, but it doesn't really look like it. And I don't know if, like, is it possible to have too many of these things? I'm really not sure. Let's go over here. Put those down. We'll do this a similar thing here. So you start getting that. Then we're going to turn those into the steel bars, and then we need a spot to store the steel bars. And then with the steel bars, we go back over here again and we make mechanical parts. Then we need a spot to store the mechanical parts. And then we do an assembly plant to make more assembly plants, I think. Because you're making factories? Yeah, this one's making factories. So there, everything should be being made. And what do we need to do? We need to assemble 5 factories or assembly plants. I've already forgotten and I just read it. Produce 5 factories inside the assembly plant. So we are doing that. So it just takes a little while to start getting the resources, but you can see it's already ticking along there. And all of these things are just sort of working. And I guess as these extractors come in, we can add more to these. And we just need one more for here. And then they're all sort of working at their max at the moment. I feel like that's really ramped up quite quickly. Now we are getting more extractors. Those are going to continue to come in because we're always building them here at this first one we've made. But we will need those for all our other resources as well. So we'll just wait until we get this done and then see what we need to do next. All right, there's the level complete. We've built the 5 factories, which is good because we will definitely need those. Our scientific team has developed a way to produce concrete from the sulfur regolith found here. Your cities will need concrete to grow. Okay, so this is where things get a bit more complicated because we need to build a supply center in contact with the city. And we need to bring it the resources it requires so that the city begins to grow. So we need to start getting concrete, and we need to bring the concrete by roads on trucks to the supply center that is at a city. And that's going to help our population go up. So let's slow things down a little bit because we've got new Sarah over here. This is the sulfur that we need. So let's start getting the sulfur. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Incredible. And we need a little depot in the middle. And then that's going to start making concrete. Just like that. But we don't just need concrete, unfortunately. We're also going to need to turn that concrete into roads. So that can be concrete for now. And then we'll need a factory here to start building roads. We're also going to need to start building trucks. So let's make that into roads. It's going to be quite busy, but we do actually need a lot of roads because obviously there's huge distances to cover on our planet. Like New Paris is over there, and then all the resources are going to need to be traveling all around. We're also going to need one that's just making concrete. So maybe over here somewhere, we'll just start getting the concrete going. Okay, that's just going to do concrete. And then we need to make sure we have a supply depot for the concrete to go into. And then we'll get a road at some point because we do have 3 roads now. So we could just place those in quite simply like this. And then we'll get a truck on there later. But to make the trucks, I need mechanical parts. And I've lost my iron. It's over here. All right, over here. So is there anywhere that... I guess we should just do another one. I have a lot of extractors at the moment. Okay, just need mechanical parts. So I guess we'll just make a new thing. So we need steel bars and then put that in for the steel bars and another factory in for mechanical parts. Those are my mechanical parts that I need. I need mechanical parts though to build the truck. So then we need another assembly plant to take the mechanical parts and turn them into trucks. And then I think trucks don't need a depot. They just go straight into my inventory because it's kind of like the end of the line thing, just like the factories and stuff. But we will need those trucks. So that's a good start. And then we're going to need this to be probably sped up quite a bit. as we get those other pieces in. You definitely just need like a lot more extractors. You end up needing quite a few. The trucks we don't need to go too crazy on. I feel like I always go too ham, but we'll have to see. All right, back over here. Yeah, this is starting to get concrete built up. You guys, okay, it's a bit slow on the road building. So what I might do is build another assembly plant here and just have it help make the roads, because I think that there's enough concrete coming in that both of those, they could probably even, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even have 3 things building roads or concrete right now. Now things can always change. We can always like change what these are doing at any time, and that's not a problem. But for now, let's do that. We'll get lots and lots of roads coming in because we need to just connect this road all the way up with our city. Oh, we already can do that. That was really quick. Okay, and then we need a supply depot. Oh, I haven't built a supply depot. Hold on, back up. Go over here. You're building too many roads. Can you build me a supply center instead? I need a supply center. And then we're going to start bringing things over here. I think I need a depot to put stuff at. We're going to bring concrete over to there. And then I think we can actually put our first truck on. So starting over there, bringing over to here, it's bringing concrete. And then we can add, and we'll have 2 trucks bringing the concrete over. Nice. And we've got the supply depot here. So we can pick that up. And now immediately he's unloading the trucks as they come in. So our little drone over here, he unloads the trucks. And then they bring it over to the supply depot. So that should be concrete coming into the city. There we go. Annual supply demand is 10. And I think we're getting that. Yeah, so supply, it's satisfactory. We got 100% of what we need. And there we go. If we look at New Sarah now, our status is growing 100% and the city supply is satisfactory 100%. So that is all very, very good. So now we just need our population to grow up to 10. We've already increased it by 1, I think, because it was 9 before, or was it 8 before? We just need to really time to tick on more of this concrete to get here. If we go back along this path, do we need more trucks on here? No, it's producing it quite slowly. Oh, because also we only have that 1 extractor. So let's upgrade how many extractors we have there. That will help. The other thing is we could just put like, we can put more like over here, make more concrete, and then immediately start shipping it over there. So we could do this, I think this is allowed. So we start getting that. We're going to turn that into concrete, and we're going to put the concrete on here. Great. And then I think we can just build the road like this and then do from here to here, bringing concrete. We'll just have the 1 truck, I think. That's going to be enough. So it builds concrete there. There's 1 truck, brings it over there. And then we can increase trucks over here because actually you can see it's getting backed up. And let's just see, because yeah, it's bringing its concrete over and then these guys are picking it up. So we'll have maybe 4 vehicles on this route. That might be enough to keep it going. Yeah, trucks look like they're getting, oh, I keep pressing 1, which brings me over to New Sarah, or to New Paris rather. Just want to make sure that's kind of going okay. Oh yeah, see, he's going to leave with just the 1 actually. So we might even have too many trucks on there, but maybe if he's going with just 1, it's okay. And this guy's just like, I don't really have a lot to do. I mean, we could have made this, the whole thing go all the way to this same spot, which is totally possible, but I don't know if it's totally necessary. So yeah, we can start using trucks to move things around a lot more. We just need that population to go up by 1 more, so let's just tick time on, because it's still, yeah, level there, complete. Well done. To grow further, the cities will need oxygen. Their 2 generators won't be enough. So the oxygen you just unlocked will be required by cities once they reach a population of 20. Unlocked items: aluminum bar, carbon, oxygen, atmospheric extractor, and the landmark tower. So the aluminum bars are made with aluminum ore, which we haven't actually started doing yet. We need that at the factory. Carbon comes from the atmospheric extractor. Oxygen comes from the atmospheric extractor. And to build an atmospheric extractor, we need mechanical parts and aluminum bars. So mechanical parts, oh, I've lost all my stuff. It's over here. We are getting mechanical parts over here, in theory. Although currently we're using them to build things. So we could build, I'm just gonna need straight up some mechanical parts. So we might just do some more extractors maybe. I think everything is busy working on stuff. We need to make steel bars first. Then the steel bars get manufactured into the mechanical parts. And then mechanical parts can go on there. Now we need to ship the mechanical parts to wherever we're going to be doing the aluminum, which is down here. So, okay, there's some good spots here. So we'll start up here. 2, 3, 4, 5. We start grabbing all of that and we just need to stick it here. And then we're gonna take that and we're gonna turn it into aluminum bars. Now these 2 things need to be combined. So we can either, I guess we might as well bring this stuff up rather than bringing the other stuff down. So that's gonna hold aluminum bars. Then we need a road that goes over to here somewhere. There for now. And then we'll just put this I don't know, here. Oh no, wait, this is for aluminum bars actually. So just chill for a second. Then we do the assembly plant, and we're gonna take that and we're gonna make atmospheric extractors because we've got the mechanical parts coming in and the aluminum bars. The only thing is we need to put the road in. We need to put the vehicle here. So you are gonna come from here all the way up to here, bringing the aluminum bars. Let's do 3 vehicles for now. Yeah, so you just wait until you have something coming in. It's not the fastest. We could make another set of these maybe. We definitely have like the ability to do that. Oh, there's like a really good spot here for like a lot of stuff. I just don't know if we need... We probably will need this many aluminum bars, and later we could always divert them to doing something else, I suppose. So that's where you're going to put your aluminum bars. Then we can just build the road around, and we could just do that, I guess, and then do from here to here, transporting aluminum bars, and probably one's enough. We might just want to put another truck on here. There, I think that will work. So it's a similar system. This is just bringing it from here to here, really short. We just have the one truck doing it, and then we've got a couple of trucks bringing them all the way up here. And then this should be building us our extractors. So let's see if we can find... We don't have enough mechanical parts. I guess these are just coming in quite slowly. What if we put 2 more extractors here and a supply depot? No, that doesn't really make sense. Hold on, cancel that. Is there anything else we could divert? Actually, we've got 30 assembly plants at the moment. Who's making assembly plants? Not you. Not you. You are making assembly plants. What if instead of making assembly plants, what if we just stole these bars for now? Is that too crazy? Do we need to do that though? I just feel like we need a lot more bars. We are starting to build these though. So here we got atmospheric extractor. The atmospheric extractor is just bringing oxygen. So we could put that somewhere closer to the city. I don't want to put it too close to the city. Maybe we'll put them over here, getting me some oxygen. And then we'll put a little depot there. And then I think we just need to bring it over here. Can we bring it into the same one? It looks like we can. So if I put this here for oxygen, and then we just connect the road, it might go down and around so that the city has lots of space to grow. I just feel like it might need the space to grow. I don't know. Like that, and we start bringing oxygen over. We'll bring 1 more truck. 2 trucks for oxygen. I mean, we can always make more of these, I suppose, as we get them coming in. Oxygen will slowly come over, so I have to see, because right now, the supply is going up. Let's see if we can get to 100%. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we're going back to 100% again, so we just need to raise the population now to 50. But I'm taking... We've got 21 extractors at the moment. The atmospheric extractors are coming in. They just come in a little slow. Then we've got 31 factories, 34 of those. Roads, we've got quite a few of. Trucks, we definitely have enough of. We aren't building any landmark towers. Displays a custom text in the main view. Use it to locate your various industrial areas. I mean, it makes sense if we had some of those. Let's just come over to where we're doing concrete, and then can we... Assembly plants, I guess we do need. What if we built 1 more little factory over here and we just made some landmark towers? So occasionally we get some landmark towers, and then we can use them when and if we need them. And we're not too worried about that. Oh, this concrete's really backing up here, but I think that's okay. Now, I don't know if we need to be worried about these ones because they're just sort of chilling at the moment. There's nothing really happening over here. We could start like developing the same things over here because like that would just need to bring some concrete over, and I guess we could do that, couldn't we? So if I just did this and then I don't know if that's... Is it premature to start doing this though? We've just invented a stronger concrete. It will help cities to build higher buildings. Okay, so depot MK2 drones have a range of 2 hexagons. Okay, so better depots now we can make with polymer bars. Polymer bars are made with carbon, and then we can make reinforced concrete with concrete and steel bars. Right, let's just pause for a second. This was going to make me concrete, which I guess it still can, but then we need to make the reinforced concrete, which means I need steel, and I don't actually see any of it. There's one way over here, but that's really quite far. I mean, I guess you can do it though, right? We will do it. I don't know if it makes the most sense though. All right, you're doing, grab that stuff, turn that into aluminum bars. We need a supply depot for where you're putting the aluminum bars. And then we just grab a road, I guess, and we're gonna bring that over to here as a distance. That used like 230 road tiles. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. You're gonna bring aluminum bars here, and then we do a... Oh wait, what are you doing? Oh, you're making the concrete. Oh, you need a place to put the concrete. Put the concrete there. And then we need to take the factory and we make reinforced concrete. And then I guess we need a spot to put the reinforced concrete, which can be there. And then we just need to bring that into a city, which means I do not have near enough roads. maybe you can help over here and build some more roads then, because you have the ability to make concrete here. This, and then turn it into concrete, and then we need to do one of these with the concrete, and then we need the assembly plants, and we're gonna make roads. And I just feel like we're gonna need many roads. So I think that's a good start. That's gonna be making reinforced concrete for this town, which seems a bit crazy because like we're not actually doing anything with that yet. I'm just gonna I'm gonna start giving this town some oxygen. I feel like it needs it, right? Like every town needs a bit of oxygen. So you need a little supply depot thing there. We need one of these for the oxygen, and then we just need a road to go from there to there with a truck bringing the oxygen. And I think one truck is probably enough. That's not a very far distance. The reinforced concrete, which is coming here, also needs a road. So I think that also needs to go into the city. And it comes... I don't have enough road yet. Okay, we'll come back to that. Let's go back to New Sarah for a minute, because now we're bringing all of this concrete here, but we don't need concrete here. We need reinforced concrete. So let's reverse the direction of these vehicles for a minute. Hold on. Can we put this back to being the concrete? Yeah, then he'll move it back over there. They'll move that back over here. We need to bring, what was it? How do I make it again? We need the reinforced... We need steel, which was over here, I think. No, that's aluminum bars. That's a lot of aluminum bars really piled up. Our mechanical parts are not coming in fast enough. I wonder if we'll use aluminum bars for something else, because that's got to be completely backed up then. We may have gone a bit ham with the aluminum bars, but I'm sure at some point we'll need aluminum for something, right? We probably already need it for something, I just don't know what. Okay, what did I need? I needed not those. I need steel bars, right? Simple steel bars. I feel like we have enough extractors, but at the same time, I don't feel like we have enough extractors. Because we're always going to need more. Is there a better spot for steel? Is that steel? There's steel here. Okay, that's interesting, I guess. That. And then we're going to turn that into steel bars. And steel bars we need to do this for steel bars. And then we need a road. Do I have enough roads? I've got 64 roads. That's got to go over here, which is not great. Because we just need a spot to make reinforced concrete. Just wait for these. I just need that green bar to like kind of come along. So we just speed time up, I guess. 1, 2, there we go. And then we bring that to here. And then if we do a depot here for a depot here for steel bars, a depot here for all of that concrete to go. And then we need an assembly plant to make... No, hold on. We don't need an assembly plant. Delete that. We need a factory to make reinforced concrete. Pause this for a second. We're gonna put a truck in. Goodness. Okay, a truck that goes from here to here. Oh, did that work? That did not work. I don't know what I clicked on, but it wasn't the right thing. Here, all the way down to here. Let's bring 4 trucks. We have enough vehicles. It's not a big deal. Okay, then this route, I'm just gonna take all the vehicles off of it for a second. No, can I remove the transport line and all associated vehicles? Yes, fine. Okay, from here to here, we're gonna move concrete with, I think 1 vehicle is enough. And then this is making our reinforced concrete, and we're gonna bring a road that just connects from here onto this one. And we'll put a truck that goes from here into our city with reinforced concrete. And we'll put 3 vehicles on there. Okay. Is that all going to work now? I have no idea. I think we could add a second vehicle onto there. We have a lot backed up here. It's only going this little space and then turning around. No one actually uses this road in between. Is someone coming along here? Yes. Okay, so our first reinforced concrete will be coming. These guys have to wait a while because this is going to take a little bit of time to get up and running. I don't know if another vehicle on there helps or not, because I don't know how much you guys have managed to create. Actually, a few. All right, let's get another vehicle on there. It is kind of a big space that we're making here. That is just going into that factory. We could make more steel and then add it in the same kind of chain that we've been making. I feel like the holdup is going to be the steel bars. So 1, 2, 3 to there, and then the factory to make the steel bars, and then the depot with the steel bars. And then do we want to just do new trucks? Maybe we just do new trucks for once. So we just add this road onto here, and then we do a new route to it can't go to the same spot, so we can go here, and that's bringing steel bars, and we'll put 3 trucks on it. And then it's just that this factory is just a little slow. is what's happening here. I think things are starting to get backed up, which is not great. Is there anyone? How many trucks do we have here? Let's do another one because it's a bit slow. Maybe another one, maybe 5. It's kind of a long distance. Oh no, they're backed up here. Oh, because this isn't reinforced concrete. Hold on, that needs to be reinforced concrete. And then I guess this concrete just hangs out here. If we go back to here. Oh, you need regular concrete to start. Oh wait, I knew that though. Hold on. Is that all regular concrete? Yes. Can we just build a road then from here to here? Put a supply depot there for concrete. And then this to... Wow, that road is insane. I don't like that. We'll just bring 2 trucks. Oh, that road is terrible. This doesn't even need oxygen yet, but it'll have oxygen once it's ready. I think I need to delete this road. Oh, sorry. I need to remove... Do this. We need to delete this road. It looks so crazy. Okay. We'll go this way. Come this way and then up and then a road with 1 truck is fine. Because there's not even anything to do at the moment because that's not even accepting that. This needs to be getting more concrete in. But the concrete's coming because we are building lots of it. Reinforced concrete will also be coming, but what's the holdup? Do you have trucks on here? I don't know if we have any trucks on here actually. Right, let's go all the way over to there. Like 5 trucks on there because it's actually quite long. Now this is taking in the aluminum bars. Oh wait, is this taking in aluminum bars? Oh, I'm bringing the wrong resource over. Hold on, cancel. That's not helpful. I don't need aluminum bars. We need iron bars. All right, will you just maybe hang out with your aluminum bars? Because I don't need those. We need these bars. What am I doing? Oh, okay, iron bars. We'll make some more over here. All right, you do that. And then we turn that into our steel bars. And then the steel bars are the thing that we need to bring over. So do that and then bring this road up to join that road. Then we can put the truck on all the way following this road. It's really far up. All the way over here to there with steel bars. And then that is supposed to be for steel bars because this takes in concrete and steel bars to make the reinforced concrete. And then once I guess this has enough concrete, then we can worry about the next thing. Although I feel like worrying about 2 cities at the same time is slightly insane. Oh, look at our little building going. How's this going? Everything's growing perfectly fine. We just need time to tick on, I guess, to finish this stuff. Oh, do you know what we're not getting though? We probably should start making... What was the other thing we needed to make? We need these extractor things. Is there a way to see? Not in the depots. What do I make with... Okay, because you can get the carbon and we have to do something with the carbon, but I don't know what we do with the carbon. Oh, they make the depots with the carbon and aluminum bars. Oh, let's do that over here then because we have a ton of aluminum bars just hanging out. So if let's get carbon. We'll do 2 extractors doing carbon. And we'll put them here for some carbon. Then we take the carbon. Oh, why did I do it like that? I don't know. Hold on. Just kidding for a second. I need to move them over. Here, carbon. There, carbon. Everywhere a carbon. There, for that thing. And then that's going to be for storing the carbon. Then we take the carbon, I think to the factory. Oh no, I need to take the carbon and I need to make polymer bars first. Hold on. Never mind. I've changed my mind once again. I do want to move you slightly farther away. Actually, gonna give myself more room. We can always move things, I guess, with a truck, can't we? So, okay, you go there. Start getting carbon. Fine. Take the carbon and factory it into polymer bars. Then the polymer bars that's for polymer bars. Those 2 things come together in a factory. Hold on, I need to just delete that road, I think. Into a factory. Not into a factory. I lied. Into the assembly plant. To make the depots. Yes. Okay, that officially can start making then. We could do another extractor here to do carbon just to speed that up a bit. Yeah, I think the 3 doing that is probably fine. And that's going to make the upgraded depots, which will make actually a big difference once we get to that point. Right, we're just 3 people away from our main city being ready to upgrade. And then we'll get some new technologies unlocked and we'll have to see where we go with those because it can be quite a lot. Okay, there we go. Time to start terraforming. Our ultimate goal, make this planet suitable for life with oceans, plants, and breathable air. First step is to raise the temperature. Produce and release SF6, a very powerful greenhouse gas. Ooh, increase the temperature by 1 degree. So it is currently minus 58 degrees Celsius on this planet, which is really quite cold. Build a greenhouse gas generator to release SF6 into the atmosphere. The high-tech parts you need to grow their cities over 100 population will be unlocked in a later level. So we just need to do this. We need to build a greenhouse gas generator. Now that's going to take mechanical parts and aluminum bars. And then we need sulfur and fluorite to make the greenhouse gas. I don't even know if we've seen fluorite yet. Okay, we'll have to keep an eye out for that. But we need aluminum bars and mechanical parts. So down here is where we're making, we have aluminum bars. We need mechanical parts with that though. Do you feel like we always need a lot of? Because is it mechanical parts you're making? Steel bars? No, that's making steel bars. That's why this isn't doing anything. What is this supposed to be doing? Because we are getting atmospheric extractors, aren't we? What are you making? Oh, you are making mechanical parts. Okay, sorry, I'm just really confused. No, that's fine. You are making mechanical parts. You're just doing it really slowly. But if we shared this aluminum with another factory doing very similar stuff, I think that would be fine. So if we do this, ooh, we can also get the bigger one. Yes, interesting, because that means we can start doing this and he can grab it from all of those, even though he is kind of stealing from the other ones. But I think that's okay. We're gonna get those from back there now, which is cool. So that is going to make steel bars. And then we need a spot to dump them, which I think can just be in one of these small ones. Steel bars. And then we need another factory to make mechanical parts. And then we need another spot to just dump the mechanical parts. Now the mechanical parts need to go with these aluminum bars. So if we had another spot here for aluminum bars, and then we did a road from here to here, I just do a truck from here to here. That seems to be working. And then this, and we're using that to make the greenhouse gas generators. I guess that's working. Okay, that seems insane, but sure. The terraform thing, so we've got this. And then what do we need? There was two, like when we have one of these, we need two different things. We need sulfur, which is fine because that's like this. So we can just start gathering sulfur, I guess. But what was the green thing? That I don't know. So we've got, okay, we've got one here. We need fluorite. It's used to produce a very powerful greenhouse gas, but where do I get fluorite from? I mean, we can extract some sulfur. I guess we could put a big one. And then later we can expand on it. I just don't know where we get fluorite from. Mystery. Oh, what is this? Enhanced view, shortcut, hold left alt. Highlight minerals, wet and water areas and altitude variation. Show risk of future rivers and oceans. Areas with blue marks and lines. Huh. Oh, is that it? I found it. That is fluorite. It's way over here. Okay, so it is kind of greeny. Do we see it anywhere else? No. Okay, I think let's abandon this one then. Very sorry, but we don't need you because it makes more sense to build them over here where these are actually close together. Now that we found where the fluorite is. So let's do that. And you can start getting some fluorite. That's not where I meant to put that. Put it here. And then the fluorite. Does it need to be done in a factory? No, I think it's just the natural stuff. So we're going to bring that, a road, over to here. Some really good spots, actually. And over here, we're going to do a big old sulfur. I don't really feel like we need the giant one for this because we've got like already that many. And then I think if we just do it in the middle between those, maybe we'll put it a factory here. Where was the greenhouse gas factory? We're going to be building that. So we need to just bring supply depot in there, and that's going to be for the fluorite. Supply depot there, and that's going to be for sulfur. And then we'll bring our trucks in there for fluorite, and then the next truck coming here with the sulfur. And then I think we can probably just increase the trucks. Now it needs 1 for 1. So that's no problem. The more abundant the gases, the less effective releasing more will be. Try to balance both. Interesting. Produce and release greenhouse gases such as sulfur, hexafluoride, or nitrogen trifluoride into the atmosphere, both thousands of times more potent than CO2. Okay, well, we are producing gas now. I guess we could do the same thing on the other side. So sulfur over there, and then we could do a second factory there. And we'll just, yeah, that way they're both kind of just working, and I think that's all right. Kind of evens themselves out. I do like how it's quite balanced in that way, because like, this one already has a bunch, so it's just grabbing it from this side instead. Very smart. We'll see if we can raise the temperature. We've got up by 0.03. I guess it's just going to take a while. I mean, you could do more factories, I suppose. Nothing is technically stopping us from doing just more factories, doing more greenhouse gases. But it does feel a bit bad, just like pumping the greenhouse gases out into the environment. But we need to raise the temperature to survive. Now, you guys are not necessarily getting the things that you need. What are you short on? No, you're not short on anything. You've got so much of those things. What about you? You need concrete and oxygen, which you have. You're just absolutely, totally fine. What about New Paris? We haven't even started looking at New Paris. I mean, I guess the first thing is you need, what do cities need to start? I can't even remember now. How many times have we done this and I've already forgotten? Okay, a little supply depot and one of these. And the supply depot requires concrete, which we can make. I see stuff to make concrete kind of all around. So we'll start making some concrete down here so that you can also start growing, because it just seems unfair that they haven't all had a chance to grow. There you go. Make some concrete, and then we just need to bring a road from here to here. And we'll put this on the road, bringing some concrete over. And let's put 2 trucks. It doesn't need to grow very fast. It just needs to grow eventually. Oh, actually, we should... Hold on, I'm going to swap that one out. Let's swap that out for a big one. That is still doing... Is it sulfur, right? Because it does sulfur, then we take the sulfur, we make the concrete. But then we can put in that. Yes, those are all in the range. So that's really good. So yeah, you've got all of those now building. So that should be really, really quick. Probably we'll need to put more trucks in, but it's a good start and we don't need to worry about that too much. Everything else is going fine. We just need to raise the temperature, and I do feel like we're doing that quite slowly. I guess we could look at other places in the map and see if we can find, yeah, like over here, there's more fluorite. So what if we started grabbing this fluorite from this side of the map? I might want to do a big one at some point. We'll just do it like this for now. And then we want to bring that fluorite over to somewhere where we've got sulfur, which will go... This is actually really good that those two are so close together. Go over here, and then we're going to do that to get sulfur. We'll just do some extracting there. Connect this road up. And then somewhere in the middle, which looks about this bend, we'll do this for fluorite, sulfur, and we'll do the same on the other side. And then in between both of these, we'll do our factories again. That one can even maybe have 2. That sort of works. That's the fluorite on this side. So this side should be getting sulfur, and then we just need to put the trucks in. 2 trucks, and then on the other side. Maybe we'll even do 3 trucks because we've got a lot of trucks. We've got 45 available vehicles at the moment, so that will speed up our greenhouse gas production. Now, I don't know, I feel like because we're gonna want it to be like a livable temperature, and obviously if your average temperature is like minus 57 degrees, that it's not livable for humans. We're not going here, not anytime soon anyways. And that's built in a really weird spot, so I feel like we can... Oh, actually, can we put down one of these, a marker? So that's gonna show us on the map, and we can type something. So we can just do greenhouse gases. And then it shows on the mini map. So we can just see like way over here, we're making greenhouse gases. So if we ever need to turn this off, at least we know where it's happening. We should probably do that with the other one as well, which is way over here. And we'll do the same. We'll just mark it, and then we'll do, well done, terraforming is in progress. Here on Earth, we invest heavily and make good progress to fight climate warming, but it's not easy. If things were turning bad, a terraformed green bottle would ensure the survival of humanity. It's our plan B. We hope that our work here on Green Bottle can serve as an example of what mankind can produce when we get serious about it. In the meantime, you now have access to high technology parts. They will improve the quality of life in cities. High tech parts, aluminum bars and polymer bars to make the high tech ones. The more people in the city, the more resources it needs. Reach a population of 300 for level 7. And we're already at 157 because we've got all 3 cities now up and running. But I think we're going to name this as more greenhouse gases in case I need to turn this off at some point, because I really don't know how that works. Greenhouse gases. And we'll just keep that text in the mini map so we can see them both up there. But I think I'm going to leave it here for now. Let me know if you want to see more of this game, because I love it. Frankly, I think this is a really cool game. It's like, I don't really typically play these style of games, but I like it. Maybe I should play more of these games. Let me know what you think. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're new here, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.